Welcome to the China Sourcing Academy course, where we dissect the biggest issues facing buyers sourcing direct from China, with tips to save you time, money, and fast-tracking your business. With your hosts, Mike Bellamy and Neil O'Connor.
So let's have a look at another framework to think about. This will help explain a lot about the demographics in China. What happened in US from 19th century to 1960, US went from 40% to 70% urbanization. China is trying to do the same in half the time. That's why there's a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of building, a lot of infrastructure. And we know in the last 10 years, a lot of government money has been wasted through subsidizing the East and necessarily because of the Hkicpa system. I'll talk about that in a minute. But fortunately, at least 25% of government spending in China in the last 10 years has gone into infrastructure. That's a good thing. Okay, 25% sort of went into property, which is not necessarily productive in itself. A lot of empty buildings in different places. But the great thing is that the China government is really head set on making sure that urbanization continues to develop. And if it's not over 50%, it will reach 50% in the next 3 to 5 years. And why is that important? I've got another slide here, and I hope it's in front of you. Ah, yes. Here is why urbanization is important. And this is to help you make sense of, why do we have to have urbanization? Okay. When you urbanize, when you take people on average from the farm and they go into the city, on average the productivity of people goes up by how many times? Twice? 3 times? 4 times? 5, which is 6 times, okay, on average. So any government that's interested in growth looks to, okay, what factors can we promote to develop productivity, okay? And one of the key factors that is used by a lot of developing countries around the world now is urbanization, okay? Why does that occur? Well, it occurs because you get lots of people together. The exchange of services is much more efficient. The exchange of the necessary ecosystem for production is much more efficient. And so here is my economist friend is a professor in Fudan University. He mapped out on average how the per capita GDP changes when you move away from the port. Now, I don't want to be too economical here and base too much on economics. I want to make it practical for you. But when you move away, say from Shanghai, and you go inland to Xi'an, then all the way to Urumqi, right, even further, the productivity associated with manufacturing industries drops off heavily because the ecosystem and the exchange, the physical location of people that need to be together to create that productivity is not there. However, with services, when you go inland away from the seaboard, guess what? Productivity does not drop off. And so the China government also is promoting services for that reason. So the big takeaway from the last few frameworks is that, okay, we see a lot of investment into infrastructure. We see talk from time to time about the rate of urbanization. And so there's a deliberate strategy about urbanization. It makes, on average, the productivity of the population much higher, 6 times higher on average, okay?